Welcome everyone, this is your stock watch list for July 25th, Tuesday. Before we get into the stock watch list, let's go ahead and take a look at our overnight futures. It's 7:15 my time, Eastern time. The Dow futures are down about 8, the S&P futures are down 1 1/4, and the NASDAQ futures are down about 6. Big day for earnings today, and the earnings will continue into tomorrow. Before the open, some of your top earnings: 3M, AKS, Biogen, BIIB, Caterpillar, DPZ, FCX, General Motors, JetBlue, Lilly, LLY. Some more names are Newmont Mining, NEM, PACCAR, PCAR, STX, TROW, United Technologies, UTX, WAT, RDHL. After the bell, we have AKAM, Acme, Amgen. We have also AT&T, CMG, ESRX, HA, iRobot, IRBT, Juniper, TXN, US Steel, Zion Bank. So that's just some of your earnings for tomorrow. That's the bigger names before and after the bell. Tomorrow also starts our FOMC meeting. So is the Fed going to raise rates again in the July announcement on Wednesday? So the meeting starts Tuesday. Tomorrow before the bell we have the FHFA House Price Index, 10 o'clock State Street Investor Confidence Index, Richmond Fed Manufacturing Index, Consumer Confidence coming up. 4:30 we have that API crude oil data coming out, and that's 4:30 p.m. And so keep your eye on some of those economic things. But the big day will be 2 p.m. FOMC meeting. I don't think they're expecting them to raise rates this time around, but there is that meeting. So tomorrow, like I said, a big day for earnings. Here's some of your earningscast.com. Here's some of your earnings calls. These are your 8 a.m. calls, and you can see those there. And as we scroll down, you see the amount of conference calls coming up for tomorrow. So just be aware of that. Your company could be on a earnings call. So take a look at this list at earningscast.com. Next up, we'll go into some of the news that came out after the bell. And let's go ahead and, we'll start with Google. They had earnings after the bell. And we'll go ahead and show you the chart of Google. And you see that got slammed down. They did pop it up, and then they slammed it down. So it was down around 31 in after hours on Google with their earnings coming out. Here's another list of some earnings coming out, so you can see a more extensive list here. It's posted in this forum here. Next up we have top insider purchases after hours, CPSH 20% owner, CSX direct to purchase over 1 million shares at 51.59. Syndicate news, MBRX filed form S3, mixed security shelf, MBRX, excuse me. URG filed form S3, 100 mixed shelf security offering, and that was after the bell also. CLLS got granted a patent, and here's CLS, and that one was up popping after hours on CLS. Cyber security, CYBR, 13G filed, CYBR. And let's see if there was anything else. NVAX, NVAX, that one took a little bit of a hit after hours. You see the slam down here. Positive top line data relate to safety and immunogenicity of RSV vaccine, not efficacy. Smoke met Mira, okay, and that was Adam F. tweet, and that's Adam Furstein. So he was the hammer down on this one, NVAX, and you see it got slammed down. So that one not doing too good. Rambus up in the hours after earnings. after the bell tonight. So a little bit of a pop in Rambus RMBS, and they beat on earnings. Earnings per share and revenue beat on Rambus. And let's see if there was anything else. BLIN, Bridgeline Digital announces 1-for-5 reverse stock split. So BLIN 1-for-5 reverse stock split. And that's about it for some news that came out after the bell. Go ahead and take a look at some of your stocks that were top gainers for the day. SGMS, a lot of call activity around SGMS today. Scientific Games, WBMD, WebMD got bought out. MBVX was up big today. And let's see, PETS, PETS was up after their earnings. GNCA was up. NDRM, CNCE, RETA, APRN, RYAM, and stocks that were down: CYTX, HIBB, MNGA, DRYS, FMSA, IBIO, IPCI, Hasbro. They had earnings today, and that stock was down. Manpower had earnings today. RPM, that stock was down today. Some of your options activity today: BX, call activity; DLTR, call activity; DVA, LEN, LLY, MIK, MLCO, YNDX, all had unusual call activity today. And put activity: APRN, Colgate, CL, HAL, SMH, and Twitter. So that's some of your options activity for the day, and this is courtesy of Trade Exchange. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the SPY. You see we're hanging around the 5 EMA here on the daily chart, this dotted white line you see. We came down to around that 246 today, and they bounced it right back up. So we're in this tight consolidation. Some are trading. 47 million shares traded in the SPY today, so not much action either way. There were some trades out there, though. The smaller names are the ones moving, and you get these earnings plays like PETS. As far as the Qs, they powered up to new highs and riding this 5 EMA, the white dotted line. But with Google being down in after hours, it took the Qs down with it. So we'll see how that's going to have to play out tomorrow. See, XLF actually trying to make a comeback, holding this 20 SMA on the daily chart and trying to push up over this consolidation here. So I would say it'd have to get back over this 25-10 spot on the XLF to get interesting. Some names are Citigroup, JP Morgan, and so you might want to keep an eye on some banks. Quick look at the VIX, and you see we came down to that 943 close on it, and the low on the VIX was 9.26 for today. We did come up off of that on the VIX, so just still pretty complacent out there, but we did come up off the lows on the VIX and close at 943. The high on the VIX was 997. So we'll see, what they want to do with that complacency. And also, let's see, what else did I want to look at? IWM, and we'll take a look at that on the daily chart. See, we're coming up to that resistance spot again of 143. IWC, which is your micro caps, trying to hold this 20 SMA. IYT, the transports, headed down again today, coming up to that 50 SMA on the IYT, which is the ETF for the transports. All right, so just keep that in mind. And the Dow Jones, let's check that out real fast. Coming down to the 20 SMA, so pretty much following the transports. All right, let's go ahead and get right into the watch list tonight. And first one up is AIRI, and I had a pop. It's a little bit early on this one, but 138,000 shares. But you see all these bottoming hammers here on the daily chart, and we're starting to turn back up, trying to get over that $1.50 spot. So, we held 125 for a few, days here. Let's see if they want to turn this one back up on IRI. Not a favorite yet because of the low volume, but, stranger things have happened in this market recently. APRN, pop, a lot of, equal weights, overweights. I think there were 7 analysts out on this name. So we'll see if this can get a possible continuation. 16 million shares in APRN. Now all of a sudden, they drove it down. Now they like it. Shorts had the cover. Let's see if this has any more, get up and go for APRN. This CTRP, ctrip.com, is basing under this 58 spot. There was a high of 58.25. The high today on this name was 58.18. So if it gets over 58.20, you might get a continuation move. DVAX, DVAX, nice pop. Over almost 4 million shares traded. So look for this one maybe for a slight pullback and then a turn up. And we'll see what this one, how it sets up intraday. ECYT, this one's turning up. Over 700,000 shares traded. We have a high in the name of $1.52. Right, let me make sure I read that right. Yeah, $1.52. So maybe over $1.55. Biotech name. See if they want to drive this back up, fill the gap, or maybe up to the 50 SMA on ECYT. I'm sure this will be on a lot of watch lists. GEVO, I'll open this up for you. You can see we're consolidating. We're above the 50 SMA, trying to take out that natural round number of 0.75. That's like I guess you would call it a natural resistance spot. 800,000 shares in GEVO. So we'll see what they want to do with this one. Maybe over 76 cents. You could get a further move. GNCA, powerful move today, over 8 million shares, trying to take out that $6 level. And we'll see if we get a continuation move or some kind of setup intraday on GNCA. IBN, nice closing candle here, up near the highs, up at that 950, 948 was the high. So over like 950, 955, maybe they give this a continuation. This is one of those regional banks. Came down, held the 10 SMA, stayed above the 10 SMA, the light blue line here, 12 million shares, and see if there's some kind of move in this one for tomorrow. Make sure you check all of these that I'm, mentioning to you for possible earnings, okay, because it's impossible to keep track. So if you're interested in something, make sure you're checking for earnings. IDXG. We had almost 5 million shares traded, coming up off of this, what would you call it, a pancake bottom. The high today was $1.02, so over like $1.02, $1.04. See if this can make a continuation move. There'll be a lot of eyes on this because it was popping. And summertime, you're seeing a lot of these $1, under $1 names, making moves. So keep your eye on that one if that's your style. This 650 break for IMGN might get it back over this 10 SMA and a continuation move. We came down to the 50, we held it, and we held it again on the 50. 4.3 million shares, IMGN. Speaking of which, let me just take a quick look at the IBB. Yeah, the IBB busted out today. So nice move by the IBB. We've been talking about it, on all the other videos. XBI also pushing up out of that, consolidation here. So there's that move. And then IBB, pretty much same thing, right? You can draw your breakout line right about there, and you see the breakout on the IBB. All right, so we'll get right back into it. Sorry about that. INSM, another biotech, looking for that 1750 to get taken out. So 1750, 1755. Keep an eye on that. Over 800,000 shares traded. JD, this actually moved up in after hours. I'm not sure why, but popped up in after hours, and the chart was setting up nicely, trying to break this 44 spot. So keep an eye on JD. MBOT, over 800,000 shares traded. you know, indecision candle, not a favorite chart, but if it can get over that 20 SMA over $1.35, you may get a continuation move. You've seen a lot of these charts that have been killed starting to turn up and pop. So, you know, but not a favorite on that one. MBVX, this one, nice volume, came in almost 2 million shares. The high on the name was $1.17. And looks like they was bidding up at $1.20 here. I don't know if that's real or not. I don't have my level 2 up, but you know, looks like it was you know, bid up. So keep an eye on this MBVX. MLCO. This is one of those casinos in Macau, and trying to get back over the 50 SMA, a flat 50 SMA. Probably would, you know, might wait for 2235 on the name to take out 2235 to get over this 50 SMA. NK, this is a biotech name starting to shape up. Looking for it to take out this 750. You see it's starting to curl back up, so turn back up. It's above the fast moving averages on that name. Needs a little more volume though, only 192,000. PAH, nice pop in this name, 7.3 million shares traded. So there might be, I think there's takeover talk or talk rumors around this name, and so, you know, keep your eye on that one. PEN popped up today, so this might, you know, go with the rest of the casino names. 2146 closed 2111. For me, it would have to get over that 2150 spot. 1.2 million shares. It has been holding the 50 SMA nicely though, so watch for that 2150 break or maybe another bit of a pullback and then a surge up possible. RGLS, 1.4 million shares traded, and a nice closing candle here. So looking for a continuation move coming out of this bottoming and then turning back up. So you're seeing a theme here with some of these smaller names starting to turn back up, and RGLS is one of those. Sedge, if you like to play strength, holding the 10 SMA back above the 5 EMA. Let's see, over 2250, 2240 was the close. So over that 2250 spot, SEDG in the solar names. Another one that was up today was this run. So SEDG looks familiar to that. So maybe it'll continue up. Let's just check. First Solar, a little bit of a pullback. SPWR. I actually have this one on the list also. Pushed up, pulled back now, trying to hold this 5 EMA. So looking for a continuation move over that like 1110 spot on SPWR. So that gets the solars out of the way. SHOP, you know, this name just will not, you know, go down and stay down. Keeps popping. Buyers came in. Let's see if there's some kind of move over $94 on SHOP. 1.5 million, very strong stock. SKLN, see this move into the close here on SKLN, and turning up back over the 50 SMA. Not much volume for the day though, but is getting back over the 50 SMA. Medical instruments, so might want to watch that one. Snap, just because it's been down, and remember APRN, we were talking about this one, down, and they turned it back up. So Snap, I don't know when it's going to do that, tomorrow or a week from now, but I would keep this one on watch, see if it ever makes a bottoming. I'm waiting for some capitulation and for a turn back up. So SNAP, SPEX, big pops here, pull back, trying to hold this 400 SMA. Not that that's important, but you know, starting to turn over 800,000 shares. So if this can get back above $2, it might get interesting on SPEX. SPWR, we did already. TEUM, big pops, trying to get over, you know, that $1.75, but was turned back. Now we pulled back. You know, not a favorite. 500,000 shares traded, but you know, just because if this gets news, it might turn back up, but would have to get back over. I think like $1.25 right now, because the moving averages are always obviously moving, But right now, for me, I would want it to get back over $1.25 to maybe get interesting again. Some of these shippers were getting some buying today. I traded GLBS for a small trade. This Tops had big volume, I don't know, 49 million shares, and was up at 66 cents. So, you know, pick your poison on the shippers. Right, here's DCIX, same thing, under $1. DRYS, you know, they doing another 1-for-7 reverse split, and, you know, moving down again. But let's see, GLBS was the one I played, so it had this pop and 1.1 million shares, and trying to get back over the 50. So what was it? Salt in the shipping had earnings, that was down. Another shipper, SBLK. You know, doesn't look so great. Let's check out a normal shipper, NAT, DSX, Dana Shipping, not so good. So, you know, here or there with the shippers, but Tops was the one that was moving up in a lot of volume today. VIAV, we spoke about this one in yesterday's video, and there's the pop, right? And that's what I'm talking about. It's like these smaller stocks, they don't have any volume, but once they break out of their consolidation, the volume comes, you know, rushing in. So VIAV, could watch this one for maybe a continuation move. Watch this 1150 spot though. It's a natural resistance spot. Looks like it's stalled here before, but you know, you might get another move in VIAV. Next one up is WIX. And you see the pop off of the 50 SMA here. Now let's see if we can get a continuation move. We have a high of some previous candles over that 76. So maybe 76.25 will be enough to get this WIX going. 76.20, and then we also had 76.22. So I'd wait for 76.25 to see if there's a continuation move. And lastly, we have YNDX, YNDX. And somebody put money into this. I can't remember off the top of my head, but so this was the reason for the gap up, and we're messing around with this $32 spot. If you can get back over, you know, 32.10 on YNDX, you might get a nice continuation move in the name. And let's see, we had 3.5 million shares traded on this strong candle today, and you see we're holding this 5 EMA area. The 10 is moving up, trying to catch up. All right, so this has been the Zozo Stock Watch watch list for what's tomorrow, July 25th. So thank you very much for listening. If you like these videos, and I know a lot of people like these videos and they're finding some good plays, so hit that subscribe button and retweet them, and let's build this channel, guys. Thanks very much, and thank you for all your support. Good day trading tomorrow for the 25th, and don't forget, FOMC meeting starts tomorrow, and then Wednesday is the big day for the FOMC.